Hi everyone, I'm retired meteorologist Pat Prokop. Today is Friday, December 8th, and we have a wet weekend shaping up across our area, particularly for Sunday. Saturday looks okay and warmer temperatures, but Sunday looks like a bit on the wet side for our area. Let's take a look at the maps this afternoon and into the nighttime hours, and not much going on yet around here. A lot of activity going on in the nation's upper section and over into the mountain states and intermountain regions, and then another wave of moisture moving in from the Pacific Ocean heading toward the soaked northwest coast of the United States. But what I am concerned about is this area right over here, and that is a new storm that is developing that's going to be moving into our area for Sunday mid-morning to late morning and through the afternoon into the evening hours. Now, look what's going on across the continent this afternoon. And there you can see a big, strong jet stream exiting the eastern coast of the United States. That's what brought the cooler temperatures across our region. But the system is now beginning to bow northward, and that's going to allow warmer air to flow into our region. And then there's two systems out in the northern portion and central portion of the Pacific Ocean. This is the polar jet stream over here, and this is the subtropical jet stream over here. And as it dips down in toward the Hawaiian Islands, then it curves back to the northwest and then moves in toward the northwest portion of the United States, southwest portion of Canada, sometimes also known as the Pineapple Express, because it brings in a lot of moisture originating around the Hawaiian Islands. And that's going to bring, again, more unsettled weather to the northwest. Eventually, I think that's going to be affecting our weather for the next weekend. But right now, I'm looking at this wave right over here, and that's what's going to be affecting our weather come along Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. So let's take a look at the pictures, by the way, the satellite imagery. By the way, this is a picture I took of the Horsehead Nebula, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about at the end of this video. I'm going to do a little bit of weather, a little bit of what's up in the sky, maybe a little brief visit to the garden as well. But let's take a look now, though, at the satellite imagery. There we have partly cloudy weather conditions. We have a mix of sun and clouds today, but there's that system that's trying to develop in the northern Gulf of Mexico. And as it does, it's going to be moving eastward, also extending northward. And as a matter of fact, the entire eastern portion of the United States will see quite a bit of rain, particularly throughout the day on Sunday. But over in here, we could expect to see some severe weather conditions across the lower Mississippi River Valley. Looking at that right now, the severe weather outlook, here it is right here on my website, savannahpat.name. For today, not much expected too much. Perhaps a marginal chance for some severe thunderstorms out in the Arkansas area and the Oklahoma, Texas area there. But for day number 2, right here, and there you can see an increased risk for severe weather from southwest Tennessee into the eastern portions of Texas. Chance for strong thunderstorms in that region with strong damaging winds. And then what about Sunday? This is Saturday. For Sunday, day 3 over here, that extends a little bit eastwards. It weakens a little bit, but extends a little bit eastward into our region of southeastern and south central Georgia and just about the eastern 2/3 of the state of South Carolina and into North Carolina and southern portions of Virginia. Marginal chance for some severe thunderstorms, mainly with strong gusty winds to be associated with it, damaging winds possible with some of those thunderstorms. The coastal areas of Georgia, just generic thunderstorm activity possible expected out of this. What about the excessive rainfall outlook? Looks like not too much going on today. For day 2, it'll be over into the Ohio River Valley, down into the Tennessee Valley, and then down into the northern Gulf of Mexico states. And then for day 3, it shifts a little bit eastward into our region of Georgia and South Carolina, all the way up into Maine. The possibility of some moderate to strong amounts of rainfall, excessive rainfall possibility. Particularly up in the mid-Atlantic coastal states to the southern New England states, they may see 2 to 3 inches of rainfall out of this system. Let's take a look at the models right now. And this is the total rainfall expected out of this system right here. For us, not too much, about a half inch to 3/4, maybe an inch of rain through Sunday night into Monday morning. More so, though, in the Mid-Atlantic coastal states, they're expecting to see possibility up to 2 to 3 inches of rain in the Delmarva Peninsula area. I'll go back to the models here. This is the jet stream. We just looked at the current jet stream. This is the forecast jet stream. And there you can see that wave that's moving from the northwest United States into the southern portion of the southwest United States, and that's going to eventually push into our area. So let's move that into further motion, further in time. And there you can see come along about Sunday morning, right here at sunrise Sunday morning. You can see a sharp wave right here. See how it comes down and then turns and then back to the north, pumping in warm air across the eastern portion of the country. So the precipitation in this portion of the world will be in the form of rain, no snow, no major snowfall is expected out of that. But it's going to be pumping in some rain and unstable atmosphere in this region here, which will give us the chance for thunderstorm activity. There's another wave coming in from the northwest United States. Let's just advance that. And you can see it brings in more moisture to the southwest portion of Canada, and with more moisture heading toward the Pacific Northwest part of the country. Now, let's go into the forecast for the temperatures. For tomorrow, Saturday, temperatures are going to be warming up nicely in the middle 70s across just about the entire region, even along the coast, because we'll have a southwest wind blowing warm air across the region. And then going into the Sunday, same thing, basically middle 70s, but the rain's beginning to fall Sunday afternoon into Sunday night, perhaps starting as early as Sunday morning. Should be ending after midnight on Sunday night, maybe 3 or 4 a.m. on Monday morning, but should be done before sunrise on Monday. And then looking at the low temperatures with the clearing and cooler air moving on in, Sunday night, Monday morning. This is Monday morning forecast in the low 40s in the Savannah area. Statesboro about 37, middle 30s there. So you can see some cooler air. There's the freeze line up in the northwestern portion of Georgia. And then going into the high day temperatures on Monday, instead of in the middle 70s, it'll only be in the middle 50s. And then looking ahead for the lows Monday night, Tuesday morning, that freezing line gets closer to I-95. Below freezing in the Statesboro area and elsewhere west of that region and north. And then going into the conditions for Tuesday, the high temperatures, again, only in the middle 50s, and then cooling it down, not quite as chilly, but still cool, into the mid-30s inland to the lower 40s in the coastal areas. And then as we go ahead for looking at the temperature on Wednesday, highs reaching into the upper 50s and lower 60s, and then dropping down into the mid-30s inland to the middle 40s along the coastal regions. And looking ahead for the next several days, here we have a forecast for showers and thunderstorms and rain on Sunday. I have the rain probability at 92%. It's almost a sure bet. It's going to rain on Sunday. And then we got clear skies on Monday, partly cloudy on Tuesday, another patch of clouds coming across Wednesday, and then Thursday. Our next chance for rain after this Sunday will be next Saturday. Looks like another chance for rain moving in across our area. So what's up in the sky? That's interesting right now. The winter months are always favorite time to look up in the sky because, well, we have so much of the nighttime sky to look at. We have our shortest days right now. As a matter of fact, we just passed the earliest sunset, which was for Savannah at 5:19. Now it's setting at 5:20, and it'll slowly gain about 15 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds per day for the next a couple of weeks. But the morning sunrise still gets later and later. It's now around 7:15. It'll go all the way down to about 7:25 or so early January before it starts getting back on the backward swing, rising earlier each morning. But for right now, the nighttime sky is what we have to look at. And if you've got a clear view of the western horizon, you might be able to get a chance to see the planet Mercury. It's a somewhat dull white object, very low to the horizon, but Mercury is making its presence right now. And then Saturn, a yellowish star, fairly bright star, up in the southwestern sky now in the early evening hours. But the big bright object right now is the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is shining brightly, not quite as bright as it was last month, but that's that bright white object that you're seeing in the eastern sky at sunset, 6, 7, and 8 o'clock in the evening. That's Jupiter, mighty Jupiter, shining brightly. And if you have a small telescope or a pair of binoculars, you look at it, you can even see the moons orbiting Jupiter. And also up in the sky, as I just mentioned, one of my favorite targets is the Horsehead Nebula. The reason it's called that because of this dust cloud right here that resembles the head of a horse. And this is also known here as the Flame Nebula. Another object of a great of appearance is the Pleiades star cluster. And here I took this picture of the Pleiades. There's the Pleiades star cluster. And it's also known as the Seven Sisters. It's high up in the northeastern sky. At 10 o'clock, at 8 o'clock at night, it's high up in the northeastern sky. By about 11 o'clock, it's high overhead. And if you have a very observant eye, if you look closely, if you have a good telescope system, you might see these two lines right here. And let's see if I can get this into the zoom mode right here. And right over here, so this star cluster is about 400 light years away from us. But right over here, you see that right there? That is a galaxy that is about 300 million light years away. Yeah, 300. This is what it looked like 300 million years ago. But that's a galaxy right there showing up near the and behind the Pleiades star cluster. Anyway, out in the garden, the broccoli did pretty good. I'm beginning to cut broccoli right now. Look at these heads of broccoli. They're looking really sharp at the moment. And the cauliflower still hasn't put on the heads yet, but they're trying to. And I think they're going to survive. The cool weather coming in for the next several days will not affect them so much. As a matter of fact, let's take a look right now at the extended, my 6-week weather outlook. It's not a forecast, it's an outlook. And we're calling for temperature, we're expecting temperatures around normal for the next several weeks. As a matter of fact, normal high for this time of the year is 64, normal low is 43. And in the dead of winter, our coolest time is right over here in the end of December, beginning of January, and into the middle of January, and into the middle of January. Normal high is 61, normal low is 40 for the greater Savannah area. And these temperatures have gone up a little bit. You know, they calculate normals based over a 30-year average of temperatures, and every 10 years they revise that 30-year average. And when I came here back in 1980, normal high for the dead of winter was 59 and normal low was 37. So you can see we've gone up about 3 degrees or so since the 1980s, early 80s. But anyway, yeah, we are experiencing some global climate warming going on even here in the greater Savannah area. So normal low now is 40 instead of 37, 38 degrees. Anyway, I hope you have a fine weekend. It's shaping up to be an umbrella day for Saturday. But if you get a chance, look up in the sky when the sky clears. It's going to be clear on Monday night. And go ahead and look to see if you can see Jupiter and Saturn. If you have a small telescope or a pair of binoculars, look at the Pleiades. It's just a beautiful thing to look at, the blue nebulosity within those stars themselves, the Seven Sisters. So with that being said, see you later.